What's up? In this video, I'm going to be giving you the best camera tips and settings for your Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Let's go. Welcome back to the video. My name's Sergio, and in this channel, I make life-saving tech videos. So if you're new here, feel free to subscribe and hit the bell while you're down there. All right, let's jump right into it. So I'm going to be giving you my top tips and settings to get the most out of your camera on your Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Let's dive right in. So first thing you may want to do is when you have your camera open like this, you can set it up to use the volume button to take pictures and videos. Okay, so that you don't have to be pressing on the white circle over here. You can do it for pictures and you can record videos with it as well. So that's something you may want to take advantage of, and you do that by selecting the four dots over here, going into settings, going over to shooting methods, and here you want to select press volume button to take pictures or record videos. So make sure that that is selected and your volume button will work to do that. Another thing you may want to do is, so when you take a selfie on your Samsung Galaxy S25, let's say that you're taking a picture and you're looking to this side, it's going to save it like if you're looking to the other side, and you may not want that. So how you fix that is also by in the camera settings over here, go back into the configuration wheel and make sure that you enable save selfies as previewed. Okay, so that way next time you take a selfie, if you're looking this way, this is exactly how that selfie is going to save. All right, so next up, let's make sure that you are getting the highest quality pictures on your Galaxy S25 camera. Okay, so how we're gonna do that is we're gonna select the 12M number up here, and you can select from 200 megapixel, 50 megapixel, or 12 megapixel pictures. Okay, 200 megapixels is the highest resolution pictures. This is the highest resolution out of all of the modes. It's gonna get you the best shots. However, it is limited to a 1x zoom. So if you need to zoom in farther, you're gonna want to choose either 50 megapixels. This will allow you to zoom in up to 5. Or if you need to zoom in more, you can select 12 megapixels, and this one will allow you to zoom in up to 10. I don't need to zoom in that much, so I usually hover between 200 megapixels for just normal close-up shots, and 50 megapixels if I need to zoom in a little bit more. But 200 megapixels is definitely the highest. Let me show you a comparison here between the quality. So this picture right here is a 200 megapixel picture. By looking at it, you can tell that the resolution is a lot higher. You can actually tell the difference down here. You can read these letters. Okay, this right here is a 50 megapixel shot, and this right here is a 12 megapixel shot. So it's kind of hard to tell the difference on the camera here, but in person, you can see the difference. However, you do have to look a little bit close to notice it. All right, so next up, let's make sure that you're getting the highest quality videos on your Galaxy S25 Ultra. So let's change over to video here. And what you want to do is you want to select the number up here at the top, okay? And you want to make sure that you go over to where it says 8K, okay? This is limited to 30 frames per second, but 8K is the highest resolution for videos taken. However, each video is going to take up more space, but for important videos, you may not want to sacrifice quality. If you want to save a little bit of space, then the second highest quality is UHD 60 frames per second. Okay, another feature you may want to take advantage of is super steady on. This is for videos with a lot of movement. When you're moving around, the camera stability is going to be super steady. So if you turn it off, as you can see, it's a lot faster. Okay, and to go along with that, you're going to want to go in the camera settings here once again and make sure that video stabilization is enabled. Okay, another thing you're going to want to do is here where it says auto frames per second, make sure that use for 30 and 60 frames per second videos is enabled. That way, it's going to always automatically give you the best frames per second depending on lighting quality, on the amount of lighting available. Another setting you're going to want to take advantage of is advanced video options. You're going to want to make sure that HDR is enabled so that you get the highest quality, color and contrast on your videos. And another thing that you may want to update is your settings to keep. So I have a couple of settings here enabled that I like to keep. So camera mode, that means that whenever I exit the camera and I go back into it, it's always going to open up the camera in the last mode that I used it. So if I was using the video camera and I exit, once I open the camera mode again, it's going to open up in video mode. I want to keep the high picture resolution setting so that if I leave my picture resolution at 200 megapixels, when I open the camera app again, it's always going to be at 200 megapixels. It's not going to go back to the standard 12 megapixels. Also filters, you know, if I ever want to use a certain filter or not use a filter, I want to make sure that it always reverts back to the last filter that I used. And portrait zoom, I want to make sure that the zoom distance is always the same as where I left it the last time I used the camera app. Okay, let's go over to photo and go back into the settings. And here in the settings, you're going to want to make sure you go to intelligent optimization and make sure that maximum quality optimization is enabled. And another thing that you may want to take advantage of in photo mode is that if you go over to 12 megapixels, you can take advantage of the motion photo. Okay, so that if there's a lot of motion in your photos, when you take pictures, the pictures won't come out blurry, and whatever you're taking the picture of that is in motion will come out clearer in the pictures. However, you can only take advantage of this motion photo feature on 12 megapixels. So if you're taking higher resolution pictures, 50 or 20 megapixel pictures, then you can't use that motion photo feature. And another feature that you may want to take advantage of is over in portrait mode. You can select this face icon here, and this is for skin smoothness. So when you're taking selfies, before taking the picture, you can adjust the smoothness of the skin. So you can make that skin look like a baby's butt, as they say. All right, everyone, so there you go. Those are the best tips and settings to get the most out of the camera on your Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below and let me know which one of these settings is your favorite. So that's all for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. And as always, peace.